everybody. Hey, sorry for the long time without a video. You know what excuses are like. I'm not going to make them. But today I want to go over two different pressure cookers. You guys know I'm a huge pressure cooker fan. I've been for the longest time a stovetop pressure cooker fan. Or over the fire, whatever. But I recently got two different like automated ones. That's the Instapot, which everybody knows, and that one's the Carey. Now there is a little difference between the two. These are both automatic. You put your stuff in them, set your time, close it, set your time, whatever, and walk away. And they both bring the pressure up, and they both turn it off and keep it warm afterwards. Convenient. The automated ones, I'm getting to like more and more just because I don't have to babysit it. I can walk away. I didn't think I would like them. I really didn't. I was drugged in kicking and screaming, which kicked myself in the butt in hindsight. But go over the two, just a little difference, and tell you which one I do like the best. So first, the Instapot. Instapot locks by turning it, lifting it up. I do like this, how this one has the little catch on the side. You can put it on either side like that. That's really nice. The ones I've seen about the Power XL, that one does not have that, just that little convenience, because the moisture on here, runs down. There's a little catch on the back, you'll see. Right here, that collects all the liquid, and this one has one too. When we go over that, which is nice. Inside, you got the heating element, nice big cast iron, stainless steel, and a tray at the bottom, so you can steam stuff or whatever you want. And obviously, when you close it, put it on, turn it, and you got steam or pressure. On here you got different buttons, potatoes or, whatever, rice, pasta, all those buttons. I don't really use them. I just go manual in my time. That seems to be the easiest. Now, one thing both of these do that I do like, and this one does too, you can sear in it. Which means if I'm making a roast, I can turn it on, gets warmed up for a minute or two, put some oil in it, sear the roast on all sides, put it in, and then what I do is, after it's seared and I put the roast in, those little 1-cup bottles of wine you get at grocery stores, the little cheap wine. I take a bottle of wine, throw it in, and let it cook for about half a minute to a minute, gets rid of the alcohol, seal it up, and I pressure cook it for 20 minutes. Open it up, then I put my potatoes, carrots, onions, whatever you want for the roast in there. A little more beef broth or chicken broth or whatever you want. Vegetable broth, been doing that lately. Seal it up, cook it another 15 minutes. It's like it's been in the crock pot all day. Greatness, and the wine adds a depth of flavor you don't believe. So a quick recipe for you there. But you can sear in them, which is really nice. So this one, the Carey. Similar, this one turns this way and lifts up, okay? And it has a built-in hinge, and then you just can unhook it and take it out. That is very convenient. I like having that more than even that, where you got to take it out, and because if you're trying to find the hole with one hand and you put it in, where that one just does it. Now, they both use the same power cord. If you're used to a computer, you've seen them. They're both exactly the same. I like that. They didn't recreate the wheel. This comes with the steaming tray and the wire bracket. The difference with this one is this one has the sear, but it's called brown. It doesn't have all the buttons on there like rice, this, that. You just basically hit pressure cook, time you want, and start. That's it. That's all there's to it. You can steam, and you got a low and high pressure. And it has a slow cooker option, so does that. And it has a slow cooker option. So there's that. They both have measured liquid inside. So now let's get into canning, okay? Instapot for the longest said, go ahead and can, go ahead and you can can it. You know, use this for a pressure can, you can use it for a pressure canner. Last year they took it off because the FDA said, whoa, wait a second. Now, before I say this, absolutely no testing has been done by the FDA. None. So here was their concern, and I want to pass that on to you. And if it isn't a concern, don't worry about it. Sorry for coughing on you there. It's just getting over and getting something kind of sick. This pressure cooker is 10 pounds. That's 10 pounds. So if you live in a high altitude, instantly you can't use this because obviously higher altitude you got to use a 15 pound. So you're out right there. But here was our concern with these automated ones. That when it goes under pressure, that pops up, this pops up when it's under pressure to make sure you can't open it up under pressure. But that pops up at about 5 pounds of pressure, so does that one, 5 to 8, okay? Now, these guys have tested it and said, no, that pops up at 10 pounds, nothing lower. Instant win right here. Instapot knows that pops up at a lower pressure, so that's why they says, well, it's not the proper pressure, you shouldn't can in it. So, but when it's up under pressure, it should be 10 pounds, but the concern is since these elements turn on and off, that can go down to 8 pounds of pressure where it's still locked in place. I hope that makes sense. So it's good for cooking, but for canning, no. Carey done testing on their own, and that stays at 10. So, but here's the part I like about the Carey. See this little knob where you turn steam, pressure, release? Comes with the second one, with standard, the green one. This is 15 pounds. So if you're at a higher altitude, you're golden. Plus, I can with this one on. Because if it's at 15 pounds and it drops just a little bit below, you know, like to 14, 13, I'm still above my 10. You know, I'm fully, so I do can with this. This one I can only do pints. This one I can do pints and quarts. Now this is a bigger one, 6 quart, 8 quart. That's the difference. So, now for the big thing, which one do I like better? I actually, now cost-wise, same. If you look, you can find that one for 80 to 100. Same with this. You see them for 150 everywhere, but if you look, I got this for 80 bucks too. Same with that. So if you look, you can find it. So cost is negligible. I like that one. I like the Carey. A little bigger. That maybe has a little partial. But I'm a real fan of the simple layout. I don't use all them features, the rice and stuff. I don't, you know, because your recipes you have, you know, will say go 8 pounds if you're doing manual anyway. Or a lot of the recipes you have will say hit rice and hit plus 2 more times to get to 10. Well, why don't I just hit 10 to begin with on manual? So I like the simple layout. I like this option where I can, no if, no ands, no buts. Now, I still use both. Made a big batch of spaghetti sauce, meatless, because then I can pressure cook for 15 minutes instead of an hour and a half. I'll add meat later. So I made a big batch, but I actually used both. So I made a huge batch, put them in quart jars, and just canned it in this. So this is a big feature. And if you live in a higher altitude, I'd go with this one instantly, the Carey. It's great pressure cooker, great quality. No issues. There's a little creature comforts in it that you'll notice the other one. And believe it or not, little stuff like this where I don't have to move anything. I just lift it up. I know it won't fall off. I don't have to do anything. It comes off. The seal comes off to wash. So and they use the same seal, matter of fact, so it's kind of cool. So that's it. And any people that have their own chickens, I'm going to do a recipe this later, but I'll just tell you now real quick. Not a better way than in a pressure cooker, each one, to do the eggs. 2 cups of water on the bottom, put that tray in so the eggs are not in the water. Put them in, pressure cooker for 8 minutes. Let the pressure come down naturally. and then take them out and you're golden. They just peel right off, just like, because you guys know if you have fresh eggs how hard they are to peel. They come off like they're store-bought eggs. So another quick one. That's it. I hope this video is informative about the two different ones. But if you have that one, still great. I'm not knocking both of them, but if I had to choose, the Carey. So yeah, you're going to start seeing some recipes coming up here and some different ways I cook and use it and everything like that. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and a lot more is coming. I got doing some stuff out my land here that I think you guys will enjoy. So everybody have a great one.